Hello, universe. Hey, quick preamble to everything you're about to listen to. Don't forget, you have to speed me up. If you're listening to me at real time, you're wasting time. Speed me up to 1.5, 2.0, 2.25, 2.7, whatever you can handle, because never will you gain back time in this universe. So anything that helps you save time on the front end is worth considering. Even if you've got no capacity to listen to anything else sped up, trust me, you can listen to me sped up. I guarantee it. Enjoy. Hello, universe. Well, my relationship with AT&T came to an abrupt halt today. I will now be internetless. I have no phone number. I essentially don't exist in the universe since I cannot be gotten in touch with on any level other than to knock on my front door. So with that in mind, well, what did I fucking do? Pause. Unpause. Well, what I did is I said no to $117 a month for one phone with unlimited internet and texting access. $117 fucking dollars a month. Nope. That's not what I'm going to pay. So, no, I don't know what I'm going to pay. I don't have a phone. I don't have fucking text. I don't have internet. All I have is you. You, universe. And you're enough. I don't even want a smartphone. Ooh, could this be my chance to go to a fucking old school phone? Maybe. Pause. Let's see. I can't verify my bank account. I can't get online. I can't do anything. Oh, I love this world. Pause. Unpause. I mean, I really fucking screwed up, I guess. Can't live in this world without a phone anymore. But, hey, at least for the first time, I'm not trackable. Pause. Unpause. And the worst of it, the absolute worst of it, is that the fucking Camel Lionesses last night were laughing at me. They said, you're going to have a breakup tomorrow with somebody whose relationship you'll have to reignite an old flame. And I was like, I haven't been on a date in over a year, you fucknuts. How the fuck am I going to break up with somebody tomorrow? Oh, you mean fucking AT&T, you bitches? God damn you, I hate when you mock me like this. Seriously. Plus, obviously I'm an NPC if you can just predict my timeline like this. Pause. Unpause. Alright, well, with no internet to go to and no way to back up anything I might make a claim on, I'm going to try to make no claims today. In fact, what I usually consider self-indulgent not worth the time because what my processes in my own head are pretty clear to me. But having been challenged today by the AT&T demigods to stand down or stand up, well, standing up I did at the cost that comes with it. And it's not like this isn't something I tend to do. And it's a terrible way to live for this reason. If you know you're eventually going to snap, if it just gets far enough that you're going to snap, then you need to snap early, while there's still some control mechanisms in place in your favor. If you allow everything to get to a point where you have no choice now but to act in this way. If you're going to price gouge me for what turns out to be $126 a month for a single phone with unlimited service compared to the $91 I'm paying right now, well, I can't imagine that I can't do better. But all the gum that sticks to your shoe as you walk around the universe with no phone, getting a new phone number, and trying to peel that gum off as you reinsert your phone number in the places that matter, like the text from your bank that you now will never receive again. Well, so goes life. So goes life. So goes life. At least I have email addresses, and those are consistent through the universe still at this point. And they are not something they've taken away yet. But when they take those away, well, then I'm just going to start knocking on doors, because that's the only recourse I'll have. Pause. And to be clear, living as a pauper is one thing. Living as a pauper totally incommunicado, that is a different thing. And I don't know which thing here is less valuable or more valuable. The value meter here is very hard to read. Pause. Pause. I forgot. If I wasn't so pissed off, man, this would have been so hilarious at the time. But because I finally got frustrated enough with them asking me for passcodes that I never even set up, I said 00000 human being 000. Believe it or not, this always works. But I know it puts you into a filter and a trajectory that gets you to somebody who knows you're fucking pissed off. So you get like their savviest of the counter agents to the human being who just absolutely does not want to talk to another fucking machine. So when this dude gets on, of course, whatever accent it is, doesn't matter. But he does not speak English from Birmingham, Alabama. Nor does he speak English from Juneau, Alaska, or New York, New York, or Denver, Colorado. He speaks English from somewhere near Bangalore. And this is fine with me. I don't have a problem. I just want customer service. I don't care if you speak Swahili and I get an interpretation of that through a mechanical device. If it's a human being I'm speaking with, then there's communication, humanity-wide. So just give me a human. So I get a human. His name is Lord. And I'm thinking, oh, Lord. And as they give me this guy, his first statement to me is, today I'm going to make you my AT&T buddy because I'm already your AT&T buddy. Now what can I do for you? I fucking kidded you not. Pause. And here's the irony. If there were a shred of, don't do this, motherfucker, you're doing something fucking stupid right now, you need your phone number right now, don't fucking do this, left in me, that little introduction from Lord killed it. Stepped on it like fucking gum on the sidewalk and then just ground it into the goddamn pavement. Never to be heard from or thought about again. Because by this moment I'm thinking, oh, if only I were a saber-toothed tiger and you were my cub, I would eat you. Do they do that, saber-toothed tigers? Is that just me making shit up? Probably. But if I were one, I would become homicidal toward my own kin just to get rid of this Lord kid, if I had birthed him into the universe. So, that's kind of the attitude I had the rest of the way. Pause. Pause. Let's face it, I don't know shit about saber-toothed tigers at all. They don't eat their young. Nobody does. That's just fucking species shooting itself in the foot. It's just dumb. Okay, lions do it. I agree. Lions are weird, though. They get all fucking... you talk about an animal with some ego. It's lions. Pause. And the monsters, the ones that can spit venom that kills humans, what are they called? Not Gila monsters. What are those things? They're the, damn, no internet. Ha-ha! Komodo dragons. No internet necessary. Boom. Pause. Pause. I think the worst part about this is now I can't exercise watching reruns of The Family Feud. I gotta tell you, man, that shit helps. Pause. Pause. Apparently no help necessary. I just got through my 270 ab routine and listening to myself babble on, no less. So, you know, if you can't go to The Family Feud, just go to the feud inside your mind. It's almost more family than anything else, right? Pause. Unpause. So anyway, in full recline now, meaning I'm totally lying down on the bed with the AT&T, the old AT&T phone taking this recording, so we don't have to worry about any of those texts piping in. So there's that. That's a benefit. Okay. Why do the camel lionesses? First of all, why do they know my fucking life? Like, how did they know I was going to have a breakup today? And then have to rekindle a relationship with an old flame, which can only mean going back to either T-Mobile or Verizon. I mean, seriously, how do they fucking know that? I didn't know that. I didn't even know it till after I hung up with fucking AT&T and put it all together. I mean, I'll admit, I'm a dumb human. I should have known it going in. But still, I wasn't expecting necessarily when I got a human to fucking forever be no more with AT&T. I really thought one more month would be available. But no, that dude was ready to sever our relationship. I was ready to sever the relationship, so prematurely, I did sever the relationship. All right. Now I'll have to go back to an X-Flame. I'm thinking Verizon because I definitely have a Verizon phone. I don't know if I have a T-Mobile phone. But anyway, the fact that I dreamt about that just last night, not only dreamt about it last night, but it was one of those dreams I had after my 3 a.m. pee. So it was a vivid dream, one that was clear. And they were snickering at me in that only, like, they have a very specific sound. It's almost like shaking, pebbles inside of a glass container. They laugh at you. Anyway, so they're laughing at me. And then they're saying at the same time that I'm not working hard enough to get my message out. And I don't even fucking know what they mean. I'm like, I can't work any harder on that part of my life right now. I actually need a job. They're like, do you? Do you? Pause. Pause. And here's the thing. Usually when they get up on you, or at least when they rise up to their full height, a lot of their time is spent sitting or leaning against various places where they're not fully vertical. But when they stand up at their fullest height and they're like 9 or 10 feet tall, and they look down on you with that, do you? Or are you sure? Or have you thought about that? Or have you considered this? Normally it's followed by a flood full of internal images. Like they almost just start sending thoughts into your head. This is where some of that wisdom that I talk about comes from. But last night, as I'm saying, I need to find a fucking job. I can't go much longer without money. They're like, well, are you sure? Or do you? And these kinds of things. But it's followed by no, like, revelation at all. So, again, maybe I'm out of answers. Pause. Pause. But I'm definitely not out of musculature development around my abdomen. It's starting to come in pretty tight. But daily exercise, hell, that's one thing no internet will do. Give me a lot more time for exercise. Pause. Although not with the Family Feud, so gonna have to find a new avenue. Go back to music. Music always works. Pause. I'll pause. Okay, so the truth of the matter is that I stopped a bill that was out of control, which my internet phone bill has been out of control. And unfortunately in America, I don't know if I can live without a phone number. I've been thinking for the last half hour, how can I just navigate the world with email only? And I don't know that being gainfully employed doesn't involve having a phone number. And I don't know if landlines are still a thing. God, I wish they were. If they were, I would totally have a landline. But not knowing whether or not landlines exist, I'm going to have to say that's probably not going to be an option. So going back to an old flip phone, that would be an option. That could work. Nothing but a phone number with texting. I would like that. But then how would I use the internet? Do I need the internet? Do I? Do I? Unpause. Well, I will say, after spending the last 24 hours drawing, reading, playing the piano, writing, journaling, and completing a project, maybe I don't need the internet. Maybe the internet's the fucking mind zap of my life that came in with no expectation, took over the fucking room, and decided to paint it all pink and purple so that I couldn't stop looking at this pink and purple wall that was newly created. It's possible. I sure have been a happier fellow for the last 24 hours than I've been, this whole year? And not having connection to the internet seems to be the fundamental reason why. Could be. Pause. Unpause. But let's get back to this. Why do the camel lionesses keep hounding me about not getting my message out? I don't have, it doesn't make sense to me in the dream that I don't understand it until I wake up when I don't understand it. And this fundamental disconnect is highly unusual. Usually something I don't understand is because they put something in my head that now I have to come to terms with. But for them to be telling me something repeatedly that I understand in my dream, but then I don't understand when I wake up, well, I've never experienced this. This is new. Pause. Oh, and speaking of new, unpause, I don't know if I mentioned it's a new day. It's now Saturday. I didn't finish yesterday's recording. Well, that is now yesterday and today's recording, because honestly, I got swept away. Oh, and I watched a movie. I watched Annihilation, which was fascinating in its own sort of less than 30 minutes of true value way. But what 30 minutes of contemplative thought stretched into 2 hours of overwrought Hollywood time produced was at least creative and original. I mean, I'm not that deep into sci-fi, so I can't say if the process of annihilation through a DNA duplicator was something that had been a plot point before in some sort of book by who? The godfather of sci-fi? Mr. Stephen King! Pause. I'm kidding. Sorry, Isaac Asimov, if that pissed you off, which it probably did, but it was an attempt at humor. A bad one, I admit. A poor one. Yeah, bad, poor. Somewhere in there. Pause. Unpause. Unpause? The only, if they're talking about Messiah, which seems irrelevant, ergo, not something they should be talking about, well, fuck, man, I don't know how to congeal the middle yet. It's not like I have that one figured out, so it's not like I can just get my message out. And if they're talking about this shit, I do this shit all the time. I mean, yeah, maybe I took 3 days off, but I had this phone fiasco thing happen with AT&T, didn't I tell you? Pause. Unpause. And I hate how, as soon as I started that relationship with AT&T, I knew we were doomed. I knew it. And took a year. Took a year to finally pull enough strings and have enough threads, losing their bear, to finally say, you know what? This quilt we're weaving, I believe, looks more like an AIDS quilt of... No, let's not bring AIDS quilts into this. Even if AIDS didn't exist, the symbolism existed. Pause. On pause. The head doctors all want to know if you actually just said that AIDS didn't exist. Well, no, I don't know. Something was killing all those young homosexuals. What didn't exist was the virology science behind AIDS. That doesn't exist for COVID or AIDS or the Spanish flu. And until it does, well then asking what the fuck AIDS really was is a pertinent question. Pause. Whoa, unpause. Whoa. Now, the head doctors and the medical doctors all want to ask, what the fuck are you talking about? Of course viruses exist, or we wouldn't have virology to study. You are a moron of the highest order. Yeah, I know. And I would have a decade ago said, yeah, I'm on that board. I'm the volunteer citizen that sits on that board when the doctors can't make it. Because I was 100% behind all the science, all the dogma, all the academic liberty that had taught me all these things that you're saying now must exist because they say they exist. And if they say they exist, then, well, why would they lie? Agreed. Why would they lie? Pause. Pause. Well, let's just hope it wasn't because they didn't like gays. But can't cross that one off the list yet, can we? Fucking insane world that we live in. Pause. Another thing I had last night were really good dreams. No dreams about breaking up with AT&T and going back groveling to Verizon for just one more chance. Can we just give it one more chance? Oh, well, I've got a family plan. No, you don't want me, huh? Okay. Hello, T-Mobile. At this point, I wonder if I've caused enough disruption at all of the major cell phone companies that none of them want me back. Could be. So what? Cricket? Pause? Unpause. I do rather wish I had recorded my conversation with Lord yesterday. Not because I necessarily need to play it for anybody else, but oh, would I love listening to my dismissive overtone of contempt for corporate America and my one shot to tell another human being that I'm just not going to put up with it. That stuff, while it becomes myth in your own head about how it went down, the reality of it, it's even better. Pause. Unpause. Unfortunately, I have none of those record these call, like, weirdo apps that people find, normal, useful, secure threats against their calling buddies. I don't even know. I don't know why you would want to record a call, except with corporate America, when you know you're going to get your ass handed to you on some sort of level of platter. Will it be silver? Will it be bronze? It won't be gold, because that shit's heavy. Pause. Unpause. All right, I'm in full recline, because I want to try to chillax a little here. Maybe bring the mood of the room from, hypersensitive down to ticklish, something like that. Because you don't want to lose your sense of, of connection to the immediate environment that you're, misspeaking through. So, what message could I possibly not be getting out to the universe? That when you work, you should work hard? Because I don't have a job right now, so I'm not getting that message out? But I get that message out every time I have a job, and nobody seems to give a shit. They just stand on their phones and take pictures of me like, look at the dude who does work at our job. What a fucking idiot. And then they put that on TikTok, and I become a meme for what a moron it is to work at a place where nobody has to work, but you choose to work because you have a work ethic. Okay, so that's one message I'm not getting out. But since that message seems to fall on nothing but deaf ears, that can't be the message that the Camel Lionesses are worried about me transferring to the universe at large. And if it's about everybody is somebody's Messiah. That's how it works. You're down here to, at some point in your life, both receive from the Messiah that was manifested to be here for you, and to provide, as the Messiah you manifested here to be for someone else, a moment of connection in life where you bring purpose, fulfillment, and destiny to someone else's life, just like someone else is going to bring purpose, fulfillment, and destiny to your life in a Hakuna Matata, whoa, totally fucking makes sense now, moment of life. We're all here in some capacity to be the Messiah for another. You just have to be your best version of yourself to let that ring through so the system receives those messages across the grid. And maybe that's the message that I'm not getting out, since writing that book has proven to be a bit of a challenge, though I do admit it has gotten a lot further in the last month than it had gotten up until that point. So progress is being made rapidly. But again, if that's not me getting my message out there, then what the fuck, man? Why are you harshing on me? Again, this seems like the kind of thing when even if you lie down in bed and put a phone next to your elbow and then speak into it from a place of true tranquility, well, it gets y'all riled up. Which, again, I don't think is the message that they're trying to get me to convey to the universe. You ain't riled up enough. Because if there's one thing you are, it's fucking riled up enough. Pause. Unpause. Okay. Well, two things. Both weirdly creepy. Or maybe not even creepy. But weird? Alright. First of all, I have mobile data turned off. I am no longer connected to AT&T. And yet, my phone, for maybe the first time ever, shows 5 full bars. As it's connected to what? The CIA secret network? That which is monitoring us even though our phones aren't connected to an official network to take calls? This surveillance mechanism that is on, perhaps only on against me because I'm of particular interest to the NSA, the CIA, the Mossad Grandmothers Group, the Mossad Junior Varsity Team, the Mossad Boy Scout Troop, the Mossad Girl Scout Troop, the Mossad Transgender Scout Troop. Are they listening? Probably. Well, with 5 bars, they're getting crystal clear reception, which is awesome because I never got that with AT&T. So, way to go, CIA. If anybody has network infrastructure that will allow me to come through with my true resonant voice tenor, well, it's you. And I appreciate your dedication to wanting to hear me in my full range. That might be the thing I appreciate most about you, CIA. And Mossad transgender cookie salespeople? Yeah. What are we selling this year? What kind of cookies? Oh, all Oreos, huh? I thought that was about the race. Now it's about gender? How convenient. Way to go, Nabisco. Pause. Pause. I mean, if there is a company that is going to jump on the social cause meme of the day bandwagon, it is Nabisco. Chips Ahoy, right? Right, Nabisco? Fuck yeah. We don't sell food. We sell emotional drama. Pause. Unpause. I'm just saying because later in life you got to come to a reckoning medically or spiritually or physically about how much disaster the food has caused your body over time, but that's only Nabisco's role in it. Well, I mean, not only Nabisco's. Okay, is there anything that's healthy in America anymore? I mean, anything? Your own homegrown food? I don't know. I'd even wonder about the soil that's coming out of, but whatever. I mean, not everything in America is corrupt yet, I don't think. I'm not corrupt. Well, how could I be corrupt? I don't even have a phone. Pause. Pause. I wonder if is the message that I'm capable of living off the kindness of strangers? I wonder if I'm just now supposed to wander the land like the Incredible Hulk in that TV show from my kid time, 70s, called The Incredible Hulk, starring Bill Bixby, I believe. Don't hold me to that, but I know Lou Ferrigno was the Hulk because he was deaf. So it was a good time to be a big old deaf dude. And in this capacity, he would roam from town to town, do just enough work to make it through, and then move on to the next town. But while in that town, when I euphemize do just enough work, of course he would solve someone's terrible problem of, say, parking validation that wasn't getting properly validated, or whatever domestic issue was going on that he could fix as a big green dude. He would fix that. Now, I don't have the big green dude in me, but I do have the wandering philosopher in me. So is this my opportunity to truly wander and philosophize? Pause. Unpause. No, of course I'm being silly. I don't mean that. I mean, God, I would love that. But that's just not a job that's available anymore. Nope. In today's America, jobs mean going to a place that you dislike, doing work that doesn't take advantage of your skills, and killing your dreams in the process, all while getting paid enough to bring home something that's resembling what cantaloupe used to be, but it just isn't it's not the same. Pause. Pause. And they will not let you just wander around from town to town helping people out as a job. Nope. Because that doesn't include going to a place that limits your skill set down to something that crushes your dreams. And that part's important. So if you want to be in America, you got to have a job. Pause. Unpause. Oh yeah, and a phone number. Job and a phone number. Probably a social security card too. But as long as you got those three things, yeah, then you're an American. Without them, well, at best you're an illegal immigrant. Pause. Unpause. Which in this country, if I'm hearing right, is a pretty good thing to be lately. Like you go to New York, you get an automatic driver's license, you get a food card for $350 a week, and you get places to sleep for free. Yeah, I don't believe it either. But when I used to read the internet, that's the kind of shit that was on there, on that internet. Yep, that's the shit I'm talking about. It was on there. Go look. I ain't got no phone or no internet, so I can't. But I bet you could, because if you're listening to this, it's probably on that internet. Pause. Unpause. And I forgot to mention what the other creepy good thing is. It's that the ads are no longer playing on my apps. Fuck yeah. I didn't know that. I mean, I guess I kind of knew that because my other phone that's not connected to the internet, well, it doesn't really play many ads. I wonder if it has any built-in ads. Probably it might. I will now be on the lookout to find out. But, for instance, this recording app, which always plays an annoying ad between stop buttons and record buttons. Well, it can no longer do that. So it's a much more functional and usable app. Yay! Another good reason not to be connected to the internet. A hell of a whole lot. Wait, a whole of a hell lot? A lot less advertising infiltrating your life. And we all know anything that gets less advertising into your life is something worth thinking about bringing into your life. So, as a matter of fact, now what am I going to do? I won't know what companies not to buy from if I'm not getting hit by internet in-your-face ads. Those always tell me who not to buy from. Now I'm just going to have to figure it out based on what? Fake robot reviews? Sweet. Pause. Unpause. All right, now I know this is going to wander a little bit down conspiracy virology lane. Maybe a lane you already think I've moved into and have corner property and a couple of open lots there on the end. But first of all, if you think that, I hate to say this, but since I don't have the internet, you're going to have to go do your own homework on this one. Go find Dr. Andrew Kaufman. Listen to one of his hour lectures. And it's not a lecture. It is a breakdown of medical science for the layman so they understand where we do not have the expertise we claim we have. And if at the end of that hour you think you have given that argument its full breadth and width and depth and have come to counterpoints of all stability in your own current paradigm, reinforced, as it were, by this work you have just done, well then you, my friend, will be the first to walk down virology lane and come out unscathed, because the rest of us went down that path and found nothing but thorns and goddamn Venus flytraps trying to munch our heads like some sort of sci-fi story written by Stephen King. Pause. And no, Isaac Asimov, I'm not apologizing to you this time because you'd have never come up with a circuitous route of plot as dumb as that. Would you? You're welcome. Pause. Okay, let's finish it here. If the message is literally that people haven't given themselves enough of an opportunity to realize that they're messiahs, well, what do you think all my message about how much self-love there is for you to realize is about? It's about stepping into a universe where not only are you of incredible value, but you're as valuable an entity as exists. And maybe that message doesn't get nearly enough publicity in today's hectic universe of too much going on and not enough time to get any of it done. But after one day without the internet, maybe this is the message I'm supposed to get out. Life's a lot calmer and less hectic when you're not being influenced to think it's so out of control that there's no time for even you to feel fulfilled personally on your journey on 8675309 Earth. That just isn't the case. It's all here to be had. You just have to believe in yourself enough to make it happen for you. Pause. Okay. As much as I was going to save today to get into the benefits of both never looking back and always looking forward, and the benefits of making sure to look back before one moves forward, well, since those seem to be contradictory, and we're already 30-something minutes into this thing, maybe we should just complete this card that I thought I completed that I never completed, so there's shit on here that we gotta get to. Don't call me a victim. But I will I will recognize your victimhood. Yes, don't ever call me a victim, but I will recognize your victimhood. Because you've chosen to be a victim, right? I'm not saying your circumstances might be so atrocious that victimhood is by default the only option you had to choose. It's possible. But in many cases, you have found yourself not recognized for the value you brought here, and thus decided that that was enough to slot yourself into some level of victimhood. I myself just say, never do that to me. I will never ever choose, nor by force of circumstance prove to be, a victim. Pause. If you want to look further into somebody whose example of this energy there is no parallel, well, I introduce you to Ms. Lara Logan. Yes, you do know her. Yes, that reporter. Yes, she is that strong. No victim is she. She is more courageous than any other human being currently manifesting. Yes, I know I'm right. Pause. Which brings us to the line, pills, 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 which is just below the line, money, 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 money. Money and pills, money and pills. America is about three things: money, pills, and bills. Pause. Well, and naturally in a reductionist moment across all of that, ills. You cure your ills in America with pills, and those ills are almost always about the bills you ain't got enough money to pay for. But what else are you going to do in America but slave away till you die? Pause. Unpause. Yeah, that wandering philosopher thing. Fuck yeah, I know. How fucking awesome would that be? Pause. Unpause. I let Lily Mae Eaton down. I'm just going to leave it at that. Karma didn't do me dirty. I done my karma dirty to myself. Yeah. Yep. My karmic payback is my own. It's a burden that all of us will, in our circumstance of life, be victim to or have it thus foisted upon. But in that moment of self-revelation comes so much opportunity for growth. Don't feel like karma's doing you dirty. Understand what you're there to pick up in the real time. Learn something. Move your soul forward in those moments. Be as investigative into who you are and your motivations as you possibly can. So, will truth ever return? And is February a fucking flawed month? And if it is, thank God it's only the 28, 29 day month, right? Maybe they knew that shit. Yeah, maybe they did. Will truth ever return? Well, truth never goes away, but obfuscation of truth becomes more and more both ingrained in the reality that is served up for mass consumption and in the techniques used to make sure that reality maintains its permanence in the gutter of discussion about what's gone wrong with America or the world or humanity at large. So how will truth wind its way back into the realms where it needs most to be heard? Because people will stop thinking that their lives are more important than the fundamental reality that a universe built on truth demands. You cannot live in a universe where where misleading your public with statements known to be false has been legislated as legal to protect you and the claims you cannot allow truth and its megaphone quality of getting people's attention when heard to emerge. Nope. Let's keep those quiet lies and those football game guys all distracting just enough that they'll keep going to their jobs and coming home for chicken pot pies. And if they get out of hand, well, we do have the nukes. Pause. Unpause. I never truly knew alone time until Frankie left. That month was tough. The first month I was here with nothing but myself. And then you know what happened? Yesterday I lost the internet and I found my soul again in a matter of minutes. So I don't know that being alone isn't the perfect situation. But you're never alone if you have the internet. There's no such thing. I want to remind everyone it's not their fault. Okay, just reminded you. But fixing it is our collective responsibility. I should have known there was a but coming on that one. Stupid. I can sometimes fuck with myself. And then I drew an arrow to this. Now here it is with all of you that my life's purpose can manifest completely. If not for you, my purpose matters little. But with you, we can together build meaningful existences that aspire to know the universe's secrets while experiencing its wonder through the connections we forge between us. These connections deeper our sense of who we are while offering all the accumulated value our collective consciousness contains. Want to take a ride? Yeah, I think that completes this card then. There are fantastic lives to be had if we would only believe in each other. Attachment profiles, we can get into that some other time. Evoke, provoke, we've already done. Joy versus happiness, we've been down that road. And ingesting data information without the experience of actually having done so. Those are interesting points, so I won't throw the card away. I'll just remind everyone that the connections we forge between us that deepen our sense of who we are while offering all the accumulated value of collective consciousness containings thus far. Maybe that's the message they're trying to get me to get across. Pause. Well, do we need to say more right now? Can we call this a meeting? All right. That one, my friends, is all I got.